What's up, y'all? Let's see if I can get this thing to work. Nope. Does not want to. Alright, what's good, y'all? I'm not going to be on here too long. Thought I'd make a quick run before my live show tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if you can. Somebody can shoot a 1 in the comments. Not as savvy with these mobile lives as others are, so let's see. There you go. Appreciate it. Real quick, I'm about to make my quick comic book run. It was a last minute decision. A shout out to Artisan MC, because you can check out his channel. He usually goes live on Sundays. My brother just got his paperwork through, so I will be getting my comics through him as soon as he gives us the green flag. So I want you guys to go ahead and support Artisan. For those of you comic book heads out there, black owned as it is, and get your books through the good brother. I think he said it'll be operating through Venmo and he'll ship them to you, so that is what it is. But until that happens, I'll be making my stop to my local comic watering hole. Anyway, just wanted to drop a quick word about something I saw on Facebook. It was an image. It was a Caucasian couple, and apparently it was a couple who's married and had a little daughter who was not too long. I don't think she's too far from newborn, pretty young. And apparently she got a little fever or got a little sick or something. So despite his 12-hour working days, in the middle of the night, right after he got off work, she said that they needed to take the baby to the hospital. So my man put on fresh clothes for the following day, took his family to the hospital, and fell asleep on the floor as they waited for the doctor to come check out the baby. Mother took a picture of him laying on the floor, and she made it a point to sing his praises. And as I was reading through the article, the author of the article, I found to be a little oblivious about a few things, but the author dismissed a lot of what was going on. But the wife was pointing out all of the sacrifices that the husband was making. And she could have done it another way. I realized that, especially as I just saw a recent tweet from what appeared to be a couple of black women celebrating the deaths of several black males, to my understanding. But anyway, instead of looking at him as some kind of lazy bum that didn't support his family or didn't care enough about his sick child to stay awake and wait for the doctor, she actually started pointing out all of the sacrifices that he's been making. Not only the 12-hour days, the crazy work schedules, but actually making himself present for his family in every way he could. And it brought me to something that I wanted to just quickly point out. The push to actually see a man for what he is, for who he is, in many ways is not just about what he does. It's a choice. It's a choice to look at the best of a man and what he brings to the table. Because you can emphasize the negative with anybody, even if he's killing himself for you, or killing himself for a woman, or his kids, friends, doesn't matter who it is. When it comes to the quality of a man, you can choose to see whatever it is you want to see. Well, what does it mean? How different is it when you actually choose to see a man for who he is and what he brings to the table? What does it take to make that kind of choice? Well, this wife decided to see her husband through loving eyes. And she saw all the sacrifices he made and chose to emphasize that. She didn't once mention his mistakes, his missteps, or anything he may have done, whether he knew it or not. that upset her. And that's when it really hit me, how much of that is a choice on her behalf. She could have chosen a whole nother thing. She could have spun it a whole nother way. She chose to invest in an idea of who her husband was based on what she thought was most valuable. And that was his support and his presence, right? And so that being said, as I talk to my brothers on here, I hope whoever it is or however many people you have in your life, family, friends, spouses, lovers, doesn't matter. Surround yourself with people that invest in you, invest in the best in you, see the best in you, and choose to emphasize it, to double down on it. Because anybody that goes out their way to see the least of you, to see your missteps and only your missteps, and wait, and if not even wait, calculate and plan and try and instigate to get the worst out of you. I mean, the way we were taught, especially in the 80s, didn't matter how she treated you. You need to go out of your way to foreground her, right? To prioritize her and her feelings and what it is she wanted. Didn't matter how she was acting. There was very little accountability. It was all about what you need to do for her, and her happiness was a measure of what you haven't done correctly. But I'm actually suggesting to y'all that for brothers especially, no matter who it is or what they're doing, I don't care if it's your so-called boy, whoever it is, if they double down on the worst of you, especially when you're doing everything in your power to be present and to be a force, a positive force in the people's lives around you, I would say first let it be known what your intentions are as far as changing the quality of people around you, and then follow up on it, man. If people don't decide to roll with you on that, bounce. I'm serious. I'm really starting to understand in my mid-40s how short this shit is and how much it's not worth trying to fight people to be in your corner. So that said, I hope this got through. I hope you guys could see it. I guess I'll find out in a minute whether or not it went through at all. But if any of you can hear my voice, I hope you take it seriously and ponder it. If this isn't something you haven't done already, but purge the relationships from your life that aren't worth your time. I mean, really, man. Otherwise, it's like drinking poison. Why? And that's the question that I've really started to ask myself in the last few years, and I actually never pondered before. Why? I mean, it makes about as much sense as pouring yourself a glass of poison and drinking it. It's not worth it. It really isn't. These people don't really deserve your time if all they can do is invest in the worst. And usually it's not even just the worst in what you bring to the table. They bring you the worst as well. It's not worth it. But I will be going on in the next hour, and we're going to be talking about, recent shifts in OnlyFans business model and what that means and what we should see in that. And hopefully my good brother BGS will be able to follow through and be there. I know his day is probably flipped around as well. But anyway, it'll probably be, I might open it up for people to jump on and give their opinions. But anyway, appreciate y'all's support. Hope you guys have a good one. I gotta see, I won't be able to see the comments until a little bit later. I apologize. But I wish you guys well. Peace. It's all dark in this piece. Can't even, it's so dark out here, I can't even see how to turn the joint on. Yep. There it is. All right.